everyone, I'm Miss Sarah from Oxford Library, and I'm here today to show you how to make Oreo Pops. They're so delicious and a great treat to have for Valentine's Day, either for yourself or to give to someone who you love. If you signed up for our Valentine's Day Oreo Pop kits here at Oxford Library, here's what you already have. You have 4 Oreo cookies, 4 lollipop sticks, a piece of wax or parchment paper, a block of chocolate, and a block of vanilla, and a variety of sprinkles. What you need to provide at home is a microwave, 2 spoons, and 2 microwavable safe bowls. I really do suggest using small bowls. That's just because it'll help keep the chocolate or the vanilla in a smaller space, which will be easier to make a dip. But make sure that they are microwavable safe. So my 2 bowls actually say that on the bottom here. If you have questions though, ask your grown-up. So this is everything you're going to need to make these delicious Oreo Pops. So let's go ahead and watch and see what to do to make them. So we're ready to make our Oreo Pops. The first thing we're going to do is separate our Oreo cookies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it on both sides and just twist, just like that. So it's okay if there's frosting on both ends, or maybe there's just frosting on one. That's okay. But we're just going to make sure that we're doing this for all of our cookies. Once you've separated all your cookies, now it's time to start melting our chocolate, or vanilla, whichever one you want to use first. I said chocolate because that's what I'm going to do first. So I'm going to take one of my microwavable bowls, and I'm going to put my block of chocolate inside. Then I'm going to put it in my microwave for 90 seconds. And then we'll see after 90 seconds what it looks like. So here is my chocolate coming right out of the microwave. Okay, and I'm just taking my spoon and really mixing it around. If after the initial 90 seconds of you melting your chocolate or vanilla, and you see that it didn't quite melt all the way, even after you stirred it, then you can put it back in the microwave in 15-second increments. So start at 15 seconds, take it out, check it again. Needs more time? Put it back for 15 seconds. Just make sure you don't overcook your chocolate or vanilla, because then it might burn or caramelize and it won't taste any good, and it won't be good for your Oreo Pops. So you have to keep a close eye on it, make sure you're not overcooking it, but also make sure that you're making sure everything is melting completely. So I have 4 sides of my cookie here that have the most frosting on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my lollipop sticks, I'm going to dip it in the chocolate, and just get a whole heap on there. Okay, so when you have a good bit on, I'm going to press it into the frosting and really press it to where you can see the frosting kind of shift over. On my other side of my cookie, I'm going to put a little dabble of my chocolate, just like that. That might even be more than I need, but I'm going to put it on top right there. And gently press down, but you don't want your cookie to break. But this just kind of ensures that our cookie is going to stay together. These lollipop sticks are kind of thick, so the more chocolate we have in the middle to help it stay, the better ensured we are. So I put all my sticks in my cookies, put chocolate on the other side. Now the most important thing to do is to let them sit. They really need to dry in order for us to be able to pick them up and put decorations on them. So don't touch them, just leave them there. And let's go check on our vanilla that's melted. So I set my Oreos over there to dry on their sticks. Now while they're drying, I'm going to melt my second block. So for me that's vanilla, for you it might be chocolate. I'm going to put it in my second microwavable safe bowl and put it in the microwave for 1 minute and 30 seconds or 90 seconds. So when that is done melting, we're going to do the same thing. Take our spoon, stir it up, see that it's melted completely, and then it's time to decorate our Oreo Pops. So I have let my Oreo Pops sit for about 2 minutes. I can hold them up and I can see from the sides that they're pretty dry. If I twirl them a little bit safely, nothing's happening. So I think I'm okay to go ahead and start decorating. Now that being said, you can decorate your Oreo Pops however you'd like. What I like to do is I like to take a whole lot of the melted chocolate or vanilla on my spoon and then put it on top of my Oreos that way. Rather than dip it in and risk losing a cookie, this is what I like to do. And trust me, I say this from experience. Okay, but as long as your cookie has had enough time to dry, it should stay together. And I'm just gonna put a whole heap of chocolate on there because I love chocolate covered Oreos. And you can spin it to try and make it a little bit more even, like I am. And I think for this one, I'm just gonna have this one just be all chocolate. So I think once I'm done, and I can make sure it's fully covered, I'm gonna stick it onto my wax or parchment paper. And before it dries, I'm gonna stick on my sprinkles. So I'm gonna do that. And then again, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna let it sit there and dry. So let's do this one in vanilla. So I'm gonna do the same thing where I'm just gonna take it on my spoon and dip it on this way. And let the excess just fall off. Okay, and I think maybe this one will be all vanilla. So I'm just making sure I'm getting it in every little crevice and corner. Using my spoon just to wipe it around, see how it turns out. Do a little spin. Watch out, watch out. And again, I'm gonna set it on here. That's when I put my sprinkles on and I let it dry. For my other two cookies, maybe I want to decorate them in a little bit differently. So maybe for this one, I want to do, maybe the top is all chocolate. And again, you don't have to coat these fully. If you just wanted maybe half a chocolate Oreo and then the rest is just plain Oreo, that's okay because this is your cookie. So maybe I'm going to do some chocolate and some vanilla on this one. Well, that looks like it would be pretty cool. Maybe I want to use my spoon and kind of swirl them together. That would be cool. But only do this one if you're ready to mix your chocolate and vanilla together. All right. So I think I'm gonna let that sit. Maybe I won't do sprinkles on that one. I'm gonna decorate my last cookie and then we'll see what we do next. So with this Oreo Pop, you may notice as you go along that it's getting harder and harder for the chocolate to kind of spread and it's not falling off quite as quickly. That's okay, that just means that your chocolate is hardening or your vanilla. So you just gotta make sure that you're really using your spoon and you're being gentle about it. And again, if it hardens completely again, you can always reheat it and try again. So all my 4 cookies are decorated. I'm gonna set those aside to let them dry. I happen to have some chocolate and vanilla left over. So if you guys want, if you find things at your house that you already have that you would like to try and dip it in vanilla or chocolate, as long as that's okay with your grown-up, go for it. This is yours to use as you please. Bananas and chocolate are really good. Maybe apples. Maybe you have some crackers you'd like to try. Experiment. See what tastes the best. See what flavors you can mix together to make the best snack. Just so we're not wasting all this good chocolate and vanilla that we might not have needed for this many Oreos. So it's been about a half hour while I let my Oreo Pops sit and set. And you know what? They're pretty dry to me. If you want to give them more time just to make sure, then go for it. That's a good idea. But I don't suggest anything less than a half hour, just because there's a lot more coating on these Oreos now than when it was just our sticks. So they're gonna need a lot more time. But these sticks look delicious. And let me just show you. You can tell which one I used when it was just out of the microwave rather than when it started to harden and set on its own. And that's okay, because even if a cookie falls off while you're decorating, the fun of it is still just to eat it. They don't have to look perfect in order for you to give them to someone to show that you care. I hope you had a lot of fun making these. I hope that you enjoyed being creative and mixing it up and making a cookie all on your own. If you ever have any questions, always feel free to reach out to us here at the library. But otherwise, we'll see you next time. Bye!